Hi beautiful people, good morning and welcome back to my videos. This video today I am making it to put out the possible options for people who are AS couples that are already married or that want to marry. I just want them to have this information. It is something that may help. It's something that may help them going forward. For example, if they cannot separate, if they cannot go their separate ways, if they've invested too much in the relationship and they want to still go ahead with the marriage, I have this information that I want to put out here so that they can think about it and see if it's something that they are willing to do moving forward. Now, if you're an AS couple, you should already know that you have up to 25% chance of giving birth to a sickler. Most people are advised to quit the relationship or quit the marriage in order not to bring a baby into this world that would go through a lot of pain, okay? But if you've invested too much in the relationship, then these options may be able to help you. There are a few tests that can be done prenatally to determine the genotype of the baby. I know a few couples that are already married, but what they do is that when they get pregnant, they try to check the baby's genotype before 13 weeks. That way they'll know whether to continue with the pregnancy or to terminate. That's what they've been doing. Once they get pregnant, they go and get this test done. The first test is the CVS test. It is an abbreviation for chorionic villus sampling. Now, this test is also done prenatally, that's before the baby is born, between the 10th and the 13th week of the pregnancy. It is a 10 minutes test. It doesn't really take long to do it. What is usually done is that a sample is taken from the placenta, and this sample is tested where the genotype is discovered. The baby's rhesus status is also discovered, and in rare cases the baby's gender can also be discovered. Once again, it's called chorionic villus sampling. It can be done in Nigeria here, okay? And basically what they do is that there is a needle with which they will go through the abdomen to collect that sample, or they can pass through the cervix to collect the sample, okay? The second test is amniocentesis. Now, this test is also approximately 10 minutes, but it may be longer, okay? And it's done between 15 weeks to 20 weeks of the pregnancy. What this test majorly does is that the fluid surrounding the baby, the amniotic fluid, they use a needle to tap some of it and send it to the lab to do a kind of DNA sampling where they will find the gender of the baby, the rhesus factor of the baby, the genotype of the baby, and a host of other things. It is also done in Nigeria, but I don't know if there are a couple of hospitals in Abuja and Lagos that does it. I've heard of a hospital in Lagos that does this, okay? So that is also one thing to do prenatally before bringing the child into this world. Let me also remind you that these tests I just mentioned, they are not cheap, okay? It is not for the faint-hearted, first off, and it is not cheap. So most places where you find it being done, it can run into hundreds of thousands to get this test done. So the best and the cheapest way to avoid all of this is to abstain, and if you're investing in a relationship, make sure that you know the genotype and rhesus factor status of that relationship. In fact, the same way you guys hang out at an eatery, the same way you guys go out for swimming, you guys can just take one day and hang out in the hospital and get yourselves checked. All right guys, this is where I'm bringing this video to an end. I hope you've learned something. Please comment with your questions. I'm available to answer them. You can also share this video so that people who don't know these things can learn from them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next one. Bye guys.